In January of 2018, Fortnite introduced Tilted Towers, the most famous location in the history of gaming, and on its 4th anniversary, it is
the most famous location in the history of gaming. I will contest that. Fortnite, yes. Gaming, questionable. I don't know. What do you guys think?
back in Chapter 3. Let me tell you, a lot has happened since, so it's about time we explore the
Yeah,
evolution of
Nuketown?
Tilted Towers. And that story begins all the way at the beginning of Chapter 1. Fortnite's first ever season was one of the simplest and most nostalgic maps that has ever existed in the game. And while most people were still accidentally downing their teammates, an update was around the corner that
Accidentally
no one saw
downing their
coming.
teammates.
On the island, you could find some hills with a shed on it, and well, that was it. This simple battle royale was about to become a mammoth, unlike anything we had seen before.
when did
and it was
Tilted join
thanks
the
to what was
game?
added on January 17, 2018. What was once a green hilltop is now completely transformed into Tilted Towers, a city line that was meant to be a cool addition to Fortnite, but ended up becoming something so much more.
You know that there is only one place where all these guys want to go.
Miso.
That is the new map.
That feeling of a new season and dropping at Tilted for the very first time was
Go
incredible.
Miso.
And then just
Get
a
him.
week after its release, Ninja created one of the most famous
Oh, the
Fortnite moments
revolver
of
clip.
all time.
This revolver clip was just disgusting. Literally 1 health. Not like close to 1 health. Literally 1. This clip was iconic, man.
Despite it being new, moments
So
like this and the
good.
pure adrenaline rush of landing in such a busy POI made Tilted Towers by far the most popular location on the map. And this was just the start of what Tilted had to offer as we flew straight into Season 3. And it was in this season that a new star rose to the top.
Ooh,
Tfue.
baby
One of the matches
Tfue?
that put him on the map was when he dropped at Tilted and got a 34 kill solo versus squad match, which garnered millions of views overnight. Noticing that this place was exploding in popularity, Epic wanted to keep the hype going, but they had to be sneaky about it. So in Season 3, they added a new area on the roof of the apartment building that included a television, seats for people to watch, and something incredibly important. You could find a telescope on the corner of the roof looking straight up into the sky, and next there was a sign that showed a drawing of a comet. You could even see another sign with a Love Tilted sketch on it, so of course the community absolutely freaked out over this. One fan theory even claimed that the Chapter 1 island was the exact same shape as Poland, and Tilted Towers was in the same location that a real-life meteorite struck 5,000 years ago. Yeah, those were the kind of theories we loved back then.
When they were talking meteors and destructions of cities and they showed Europe, that's not where I thought that was going. I didn't think it was going to be a meteor theory. I thought that was going to get very dark very quickly. We were talking about like cities in Poland and bad things, and I was like, whoa, top 5 gaming. This is for kids. Let's chill a bit.
You can see the Fortnite comet getting closer and closer each day, and from all the clues, it only seemed right to assume it was about to hit Tilted. So as the meteor prepared to hit the island, fragments rained down on the map, and one of these actually hit Tilted's middle office building. Every day, players would see the meteor slightly
remember when
until
you just be build fighting someone, you'd be like 1v1ing your friend, and meteors would just go through your ramp and kill you. I totally forgot meteors just randomly fell on you in the middle of fights at one point in the game. Bro, comp would have been so hilarious with that. Just based up. All right, we're on half here. Good position, good material, and just straight through the builds.
The meteor hit Dusty Depot? Yeah, months of speculation was immediately flushed down the toilet, with Tilted escaping certain doom for now.
Dusty, that's
According
right.
to Donald Mustard on a Marvel podcast, they changed the crash location to Dusty Depot to troll the community because of how big the Rip Tilted theory had gotten. And while the middle office building was obliterated, the residents of Tilted Towers were hopeful. They covered up the crater and began construction on a
building was
replacement
great.
building. But near the end of season,
We need this building right now, because the worst problem with Tilted in pubs is no material. We need this building. This building was like the best building in Tilted, because in Arena you get Cypher mats, it's fine, but in pubs we need the pallets. There's not enough mats in Tilted for pubs. This would be so good if it joins the game right now.
on a replacement building. But near the end of Season 4, all of this progress and time seemed to be for nothing.
Oh, the fish.
While Tilted avoided total annihilation by the meteor, a new threat had appeared, and this time it was going to hit the town. Over at the villain's lair, a rocket was preparing to launch, and from signs all over the map, popular fan theories, and apparently some Morse code in controller vibrations, everyone thought this rocket was about to straight up nuke Tilted Towers. And then as Fortnite's first ever live event began, the rocket launched into the sky and set its sights for the area.
This was the first
At this
live
point, it seemed
event.
almost certain that this is going to be the end for Tilted Towers.
Oh, it's going for Tilted! No!
It's going for Tilted!
No!
What?
Wait, no, it didn't go to Tilted.
Yeah, Fortnite baited all of us again, and somehow it wouldn't be the last time. But for now, Tilted was here to stay for a little while longer, and it would have an important part to play as we moved into Season 5.
So cool.
Around this time, they finally finished construction of the new building at Tilted, filling it with balloons and decorations to celebrate the grand opening. And for a few weeks, it was quiet. We kept
I didn't notice any of
all the
this.
new things that Season 5 had to offer. And much to everyone's surprise, one of those things
Kevin!
was Kevin the Cube. On
Kevin!
Kevin's journey around the island, he decided to make a pit stop through Tilted, and unfortunately, the Cube wasn't very careful when he did this. And the new building that everyone had been so excited to see was right in the middle of Kevin's path.
I remember when everyone used to track the cube.
Absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, it didn't exactly end well. And this marked the beginning of the no sweat insurance curse. Just when we thought this building had suffered enough, we had no idea what was in store for it.
That's
Fast
right,
forward
this
to
building
Season
just
6,
kept
while the
getting
rest of the world was
destroyed.
focused on Kevin floating around and leaving a huge hole in Loot Lake, Tilted Towers needed a little time to heal. They cleaned up the remains of the building and put fencing around it, and in Season 7 they decided to try
Palace.
again. The residents began building a new station in its place and built all the way through the winter, surviving the snowstorms and cold temperatures that hit the map during the season. As they finished construction on the news building, the snow melted away, and it was kind of poetic, felt like a new era for Tilted, a fresh beginning. And then, across the horizon, cracks began to form on the ground. Tremors and earthquakes began to strike the map, and the cracks got closer and closer to Tilted. So no one realized.
Do I just not remember this at all? Why do I just have no memory of this? What? I remember I remembered everything. I do not remember this slightly. There was cracks that just broke whole buildings? Wait, what?
Just how fast the curse was about to strike again.
It's in the new building. It's
I have zero memory of this.
Yeah, a lot of us were feeling a bit of deja vu here. And so, of course, with Season 8,
I have no memories of that. I do remember that. Do you guys remember that glitch where at one point in the game, it would have been kind of around this season or earlier, you could build to a building, and then as long as you disconnected the build, it would break anything it was connected to. So for like a few days there, people were just leveling Tilted by building like 2 floors and a ramp and then just breaking the ramp and the whole thing would crumble. That was hilarious. I thought it was going to be that. I didn't realize there was like earthquake shatters that break the whole building.
yeah, a lot of us were feeling a bit of deja vu here. And so, of course, with Season 8, they began construction on yet
Best season ever exists, hands down. Don't care what you say.
another replacement building, and you would think they would just give up, but Tilted's residents never let the curse get to them. They built No Sweat Insurance, a company that specialized in insurance for any natural disasters, especially as
No
Tilted
Sweat
had been the
Insurance.
victim of so many. It seemed like the perfect addition to Tilted, so as Season 8 came to a close, No Sweat Insurance realized they may have made a small mistake after all. They were about to make a big payout as the volcano on the map began to erupt.
No, that is 100% Tilted right here.
Oh no, Yelp. Oh, Nick, no.
Wait, what the hell?
Oh, Nick. The big one.
Tilted Towers, after 8 entire seasons,
This Tilted was so bad, bro. This burning rubble Tilted sucked so bad. It's got to be like bottom tier. It's got to be high tier of the worst POIs ever.
have been completely
This was
destroyed.
so
And
bad.
the only thing left standing was No Sweat Insurance. Finally, the curse that had plagued that
Oh,
part of town
so
for
bad.
a year was a thing that saved it. Although the entire place was now in flames. Tilted's residents ran into bunkers and were left homeless. But luckily, a hero named
Peely.
Singularity stepped up to help those affected. She used her knowledge to bring back their home, but better than ever before. Say hello to Neo Tilted, a futuristic city that has skyscrapers, limbs,
So
slipstreams, a
good.
huge statue of Singularity, and even the Continental
So good.
Hotel. In this John Wick POI, you actually weren't able to kill each other. It was game-changing. Now, the final showdown between Mecha Team Leader and the Devourer was about to occur, and the importance of Neo Tilted went over everyone's heads. During the event, it was revealed that Singularity, who was also controlling the robot, had hidden a secret underneath her statue at Neo Tilted. This statue was actually the handle of a huge sword, the same sword that she would then use to kill the Devourer and save the island before flying away forever. As we approach Season X, the
I did not appreciate that for what it was at the time. That is sick. God, I wish I was a storyline nerd when the storyline was way better. I feel like I always think the storyline was better when I wasn't following it. I don't know if it's this good now. We are getting the Devourer now, which is going to be cool and fighting the robot and all that, but like, man, that's so sick. Like, it was a hilt of a... That's kind of cool.
end of Chapter 1, Tilted was about to face the most changes it has ever had. Throughout the season, the 7 replacing Rift Beacons and changing POIs, with one of them actually turning Neo Tilted back in time to the Wild West. Introducing
Town.
Tilted Town. If you drop here, the loot pool was entirely Western-themed weapons. Pros quickly realized that Tilted Town had one simple but insane main rule: no building.
Oh no.
Yes, Tilted Town endgames, bro.
No way. Oh, I tagged one so hard.
This was so bad.
No way. No way. I'm dead. Yeah, GG. Nice zone. Nice zone.
Later in the season, Tilted Town was rifted again, and this time it was replaced by Gotham City, a Batman
So
crossover in
good.
the same shape as the original Tilted.
All right, bold statement here. Gotham Tilted was the best Tilted ever. Don't care. Gotham Tilted was the best Tilted, man. The Bat Grappler, oh my god, it was so good. Except for the darkness. Okay, console players, I feel for you. I imagine this would have been terrible on console because even on PC, I was struggling to see. But other than that, it was sick.
Here you can find Batman-themed weapons like the explosive
Bro, you had constant glider redeploy while in the city. You had the Bat Grappler. Nah, it was the best.
batarang.
It
or the
looked
grapnel
sick.
Gun. It was also in
Like,
Gotham City that you could activate glider redeploy, which you couldn't do anywhere else.
It was the
In
best.
Gotham,
Don't care what you
can
say.
find iconic Batman buildings like Wayne Tower, City Hall, the Ace Factories, and
So
also the theater where his
good.
parents were eliminated. Around Gotham, there was also Joker gas challenges and other Easter eggs
So
for diehard
good.
comic fans. But sadly, all good things must come to
That is the level of collabs that I expect these days, which we're not going to get. Like, Marvel was good. It was like a whole season, whole POIs. But can we just get, like, Batman level collabs? Like, again, imagine Naruto had, like, a hidden leaf village and, like, a major POI got, like, transformed into, like, a Naruto version. And while you were there, you could, like, double jump or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of collabs I want. Like, where it really changes the game. It would be so sick. Like, that was just an example. But, like, when they do those giant collabs with huge companies, I wish it would be, like, as integrated as what Batman and Gotham was.
an end. As Season X came to a close, so did Chapter 1, and Tilted Towers was sucked into the infamous black hole and sadly didn't make it to Chapter 2. As we all know, it felt pretty weird when we started the new chapter and didn't have our classic POIs like Tilted.
Even maybe like that crazy effect, like double jumping or like the Batman like redeploys only in pubs. So I don't know, but still, I think it would be so good.
1 to 4, it simply didn't exist. Lazy Lake was completely overshadowed by Tilted and never really saw the same success.
Nah,
As we
Lazy
got to
wasn't
Chapter 2,
Tilted.
Season 5, over 14 months since Tilted had been removed, Epic Games brought it back partially in the form of Salty Towers, a mashup between Salty Springs and Tilted
Nope.
that made a lot of people excited. It
Nope.
was awesome to see Tilted's first appearance in Chapter 2.
Not
it
the
just
same.
didn't feel right. It was a shell of its former self and things weren't looking good
Wait
from
for
this point
Boney.
forward.
Wait
Season
for
5
Boney.
Sand filled half of the POI, but it was Season 6 that truly killed Tilted. Salty Towers was turned into Boney Burbs, a primal version that barely anyone landed at.
Remember when we thought we were getting Tilted? We're like, oh my god, Tilted's coming back, Tilted's coming back. Look at the buildings. And then we got there and it was like, oh god, no. Like, this is one of the worst POIs ever. It's not even not Tilted. It's not even a good POI. Like, it was, man, Boney sucked.
It made a lot
I
of-
went there a lot in solos, but it was not Tilted.
Fans just missed the old days. So while we all just assumed we would never get the glory days back, there was hope on the horizon. Season 7 was announced, and while Boney Burb stayed throughout it, the cover art for the season told a different story. In the back, you could see, you guessed it, OG Tilted
The biggest bait ever. Like, we've been baited a lot by Epic. This one was the worst bait ever. Like, this was Tilted. It's Clock Tower. Like, this was Tilted. It could not have been anything else, and we were completely baited. It was still Boney.
Towers. It wasn't just a theory anymore. Epic was actually teasing something, and that something finally came back in Chapter 3. At the start of
Finally.
the season, the new map shocked all of us. It was so fresh and fun and covered head to toe in snow. But there was one location which interested everyone. A completely iced up POI in the middle of the map that looked
We figured it out within, like, 2
familiar.
minutes.
And so people who cross-referenced this with the Chapter 1 map immediately noticed that it looked exactly like Tilted Towers. And as the snow melted on Tilted's 4th birthday, it finally came home.
Dude, what is this drop gonna be? I don't even know.
No way, dude.
This was me on update night too.
Yep, it's back with an all-new soccer stadium, a pizza shop, coffee place, and a new secret underground spot. Not just that, but Tilted Towers' return means it has the most chests than any other POI in Chapter 3 right now. It has been a wild journey, and Fortnite's most famous place still has a lot to look forward to, and I'm so glad I could say that line. I wonder what else Chapter 3 has in store for Tilted. Anyways, it's been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.
So good. Good video, Tommy, as always.